In a remote forest, a woman named Drasa wakes up to the sound of a plane. She grabs her weapon and prepares for action. As soon as a man steps off the aircraft, she shoots him in the head. Elsewhere, Levi, a former Marine, wakes from a nightmare and tries to relax at the beach. The next morning, he gets a message telling him to report to a Marine Corps base. There, he meets Agent Bartholomew, who offers him a job in Lithuania. She knows he's an elite sniper with no close ties, which makes him perfect for a secret mission. Drasa later visits her mother's grave with her father. He shares heartbreaking news. His cancer is terminal, and if he doesn't die by February, he plans to take his own life to reunite with his wife on Valentine's Day. Meanwhile, Levi wakes up on a plane under anesthesia. A soldier tells him nothing about where he is, takes all his belongings, and tells him to parachute into a no-fly zone and walk the rest of the way. After a long and tough journey through rugged terrain, Levi arrives at the edge of a massive gorge and meets JD, a soldier who's been stationed there for a year. They head to the West Tower, a fully self-sufficient outpost with solar power, a generator, a rainwater system, and plenty of food sources. Across the gorge is the East Tower, but communication between towers is forbidden. The gorge is surrounded by mines and traps, and no one is allowed to leave or cross over. JD explains Levi's daily duties: patrol the perimeter, restock gun turrets, inspect the fences, mines, and cloakers, devices that hide the gorge from satellite view. There's no regular contact with the outside world. Every 30 days, a short radio check-in is the only connection, and in emergencies, there's a panic button that triggers the mysterious stray dog protocol. This place has existed since the Cold War, hidden by an international military agreement. Levi's job is to make sure nothing from inside the gorge ever escapes. JD admits he once doubted the danger, until he saw the Hollow Men, terrifying tree-like creatures lurking in the gorge. Eventually, JD leaves. But when the extraction helicopter arrives, he gives the password and is suddenly shot in the head, his body dumped into the mountains. A month later, Levi settles into the routine. One day, he spots Drasa across the gorge in the East Tower. She notices him too. They silently observe each other. On her birthday, bored and lonely, Drasa breaks the silence by shooting a bottle and holding a sign asking for Levi's name. Despite the rules, Levi responds. The two start a playful exchange, including shooting each other's bottles. Suddenly, they spot strange tree-like creatures climbing the gorge. Levi and Drasa team up, using guns and mines to kill them. But the monsters climb faster, and during the fight, Drasa is injured. Together, they manage to eliminate the threat. Drasa later calls it her best birthday ever. As winter comes, they decorate trees, make snowmen, and bond over shared activities. On Valentine's Day, Drasa is visibly upset. Levi builds a device to shoot a rope across the gorge and slides over to surprise her with flowers and dinner. They talk, dance, and become intimate. But the next morning, as Levi returns across the rope, more Hollow Men attack. A blast cuts the rope and he parachutes into the gorge. Drasa follows him, parachuting into a river. They both get injured but survive. Levi is nearly eaten by a monster, but Drasa saves him just in time. Soon they are hunted by Hollow Men riding monstrous horses. After a brutal fight, they realize they can't climb out of the gorge. Instead, they follow the river and find an abandoned village, overrun by mutated plants and bones. Inside a church, they fight off horrifying giant spiders and more Hollow Men. Eventually, they find an old underground lab and learn the truth. In 1946, nations worked together on a secret chemical weapons project. After an earthquake caused a leak, the toxin mutated local wildlife and humans. This turned soldiers into the Hollow Men. The facility now belongs to Dark Lake, a private military company secretly conducting experiments on super soldiers. The towers and guards are there to keep it all hidden. If anything leaks out, the stray dog protocol activates, a nuclear bomb. After escaping the lab, Levi tells Drasa meeting her made the mission worthwhile. Suddenly, a hollow man attacks and drags Drasa away. She manages to free herself and fights him using fire and weapons, eventually killing him with Levi's help. They discover the hollow men were once the original guards. As they try to leave, the mutated creatures awaken. They fight their way out with a sword and grenades. Reaching the wall, they find a jeep and drive it up the rope, fighting off more monsters. Levi uses a flare to ignite the gas, killing many enemies but destroying the jeep. He breaks his leg but survives. Drasa helps him climb and they return to the tower. They agree to quarantine for 5 days in case of infection and plan to escape and destroy the gorge together. During the next radio check, Bartholomew answers instead of the usual operator. She knows they entered the lab and orders Levi to kill the other tower's occupant. Levi pretends to agree, but Bartholomew already saw them on a camera feed. She prepares a team to head to the gorge. When the helicopter arrives, Levi and Drasa flee into the forest, fighting off drones. They reach a high point and shoot down the cloakers, exposing the gorge. This triggers the nuclear protocol. As the bomb explodes, it destroys the helicopter and kills everyone on board. Levi is thrown into a river by the blast, while Drasa hides in a cave. After a month of waiting, Drasa gives up hope and leaves. Later, while working as a waitress in France, she is stunned to see Levi alive, sitting at a table. He explains it took time to recover, before they reunite with a smile. Levi fought for the truth. Drasa risked everything for hope. But some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. If this story gripped you, imagine what lies beyond. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more chilling tales and hidden horrors. And remember, sometimes the real horror isn't what you see, it's what you uncover.